In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach. All right, well, good evening, everyone. First of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I want to officially welcome you all to City Hall. I think this is a great venue for us for tonight's program, as this building was built in 1892. And you wouldn't know it to look at the beautiful condition it's in, but it's absolutely authentic of the times that we're recreating of the James Edgar Department Store. So, guys, can I read you The Night Before Christmas? Has anyone heard this one before? I had a feeling. That puts a lot of pressure on me. All right. I'm going to do the best I can. And you're going to show you'll show the kids the pictures as I read along, right? Okay. Here we go. You ready, guys? Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nested all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. a bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
So, guys, one of the things the mayor gets to do is I get to issue official citations on behalf of the entire city. So, one of the cooler things I get to do, and once in a while when we really want to recognize someone who's done something special to help the city, I issue a citation so that we all recognize what's been done. So I have two citations here today to present on behalf of the city. And the first one reads, "Be it known that the Mayor of Brockton hereby extends his appreciation to Bethany Johnson in recognition of your efforts to open a reading room here at the Davis K-8 school. Your proactive approach has led to the Catch a Book program as part of the Catches for Kids Foundation, donating 600 books, bookshelves, magazine racks, and chairs for a new reading area here at the Davis School. This will be a valuable asset to all of the children at the Davis. These efforts are indicative of your work ethic and the significant role you've played in hundreds of lives as a teacher for the Brockton Public Schools. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this citation to you as a symbol of our appreciation. And it's duly signed by me today, and it's my privilege to present it to you. We also certainly appreciate Danny coming down on his only day off at kind of an important time of the season to be here to present this personally to our kids. So, Danny, I want to present you with the citation also. So, the Mayor of Brockton hereby extends his appreciation to Danny Amendola. No one here is a Patriots fan, are they? Anyone here like the Patriots? In recognition of creating a reading room at the Edgar B. Davis K-8 school. Your Catch a Book program, part of your Catches for Kids Foundation, has donated 600 books, bookshelves, magazine racks, and chairs for a new reading area here at the Edgar B. Davis School. This will be a valuable asset to the children. Your contributions to efforts in promoting literacy prove that you are a role model both on and off the field. The City of Brockton is honored that you've chosen the K-8 Edgar B. Davis School in our city to make this donation. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this to you as a symbol of our appreciation. Thank you.
In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach. Yeah, we gotta do some education out here. You know why? Because they've never pushed the button. At night they're pushing it because I've come by 2 different nights and seen it flash. Yep. So, this first location of a rapidly flashing beacon is here on North Montello Street at the corner of Wilmington. Very busy spot for commuters getting on and off of the commuter rail to be crossing Route 28 North Montello Street here. So I'm sure that had to be a big factor in selecting this as one of the locations, targeting areas where this type of pedestrian safety improvement would have the most impact.
Right, when we met with the task force, with the train station being so close to North Montello Street, you will find a lot of pedestrian traffic crossing here, so this is one of the target locations.
And particularly at this time of year, I know that we get a lot of early morning and later evening commuters that are actually going to work or coming home from work in the dark now at this time of the year, and crossing this street can be problematic in the dark. So these are the rapidly flashing beacons. We're going to actually look at 4 sets of them that have been installed, but just kind of give me a general overview in terms of the power, the signage, and
Sure.
exactly how they work.
So the intention of the RRFB, Rectangular Rapid Flashing Beacon, is only to give attention to a passing motorist that there's a pedestrian waiting to walk. So this isn't a stoplight, it's not a red light, this is just to gain the attention of a driver who might not see someone in the dark attempting to cross the street.
Right.
It's solar powered, as you can see the solar power up top.
Yep.
The wiring comes down through the pipe into this box. Inside the box there's a battery about the size of a car battery. There's wiring terminals, and there's a computer that's about twice the size of an iPhone. It's not a very big computer whatsoever. When someone comes up to push the button, it's just a touch button. You don't have to push it in or anything.
Okay.
Once you touch it, you'll get a tone that acknowledges that you've touched the button.
Yeah.
The beacons will begin to flash. Now, in addition to this project, there were improvements done to the pedestrian access to make sure that the ramps were good.
Yep.
And there was an additional signage. You can see about 100 feet up,
Yep.
facing the other direction. There's a pedestrian ahead sign.
We'll get a shot of that. So
Right.
a big part of these safety improvements at these crossing points, it's not just the beacons, but it's the signage, and you can see the difference. And I've driven by these a number of times now. The signage here and the signage on both sides of the street, I mean, they are really bright fluorescent.
Right.
You see them in your car approaching, you see them from quite a distance. And when you add that to the flashing lights, but yeah, so there's signage that's already going to be warning the driver about a pedestrian crossing, and then if in fact someone's getting ready to cross, they hit the button, the flashing lights are going to gain the driver's attention, hopefully in plenty of time for them to stop and allow the pedestrian to cross.
Right, and they find that some of the biggest causes of pedestrian accidents is the distracted driver, and hopefully the rapid flashing beacon will get the attention of the distracted driver.
Right, so if that driver who may not be paying attention or may not be aware
Right.
that they're approaching a popular pedestrian crossing, between the signage, the flashing lights, it's going to catch their attention. Hopefully they at least take their foot off the gas and slow down a little bit to look to see
Right.
what might be there. So the flashing beacon, it's not a stop sign. It doesn't require a driver to come to a stop. It's designed to make the driver aware that there may be someone getting ready to cross the street right through their path.
That's correct. It's also important to remember that you need to use the crosswalk And as the pedestrian, this is not a stoplight.
Right.
So when you push the button, you still have to stand in the crosswalk and look both ways and wait for safe passage.
Right. So you don't have the benefit of a traffic signal. And actually, these are designed to go at locations that don't have traffic
Correct.
signals, right? So we're going to tend to find these at busy intersections and busy spots that are not currently controlled by a traffic light.
Correct.
And with the solar power, no hard wiring involved.
Nope.
It'll store enough
There's no,
juice from the sunny days.
Right, there's no electrical power to this besides what's in the solar, and the battery is rated to last a few days, even without any solar.
Yep.
They are connected by radio, so when one button is pushed, both will activate. So you'll have flashing on both sides of the street
Yep.
at the same time, and that's radio controlled.
And actually, if we look at that one across the street, I think particularly maybe from up here, you can get a much clearer idea of what that solar panel looks like, and I guess facing the south, because that's where the track of the sun is.
Right.
All right, do you think we can,
So if we push the button, when we push it, we will get a red light, a little red light, a little LED here,
yep,
and we will get an audible tone, just a small chirp
Yep.
that acknowledges.
all right, so let's give it a try here and see what it looks like when a pedestrian activates it.
So you get the small chirp,
Yep,
it's flashing,
the lights are flashing,
so now we walk,
but still have to look both ways.
so they see us.
And that, right, now they've stopped and let us cross. Wow, that worked great.
And it's still flashing, so still plenty of time.
Yep.
Uh,
So the key is the light doesn't require the driver to stop. The light doesn't require the driver to stop, but hopefully by drawing attention to it, the driver now sees the person in the crosswalk and comes to the stop to allow them to cross. Yeah. Now I've got to tell folks, and maybe we can get a shot of this after dark, but I've come by here a couple times at night, and I mean, there is a dramatic difference in how visible those beacons are at night. When you're coming down this street at night and that beacon's flashing, you can see it from a long, long distance. It's drawing your attention. And it almost reminds you of a railroad crossing. It's
Right.
like approaching a railroad crossing, kind of the same idea, except for a pedestrian crossing.
Right.
All right, we'll take our chances and try going back again.
Okay.
So you can hear when you push the button, yep,
We still
These
have
are-
to stop and look.
yep. These are new handicap accessible ramps on each side of the crosswalk also, so
So this person's not familiar. So again,
Yep.
you've got to look.
gotta look, oh, we're good now. And I think it's important to note that part of this project required by law was making sure that this intersection was fully ADA compliant. So another benefit, and it did take a little away from some of the pedestrians, the extent of some of the equipment we could purchase, but in terms of us moving towards complete streets
Right.
and accessibility, we've not only redone the crosswalks and put this equipment in, but we've now also ensured that someone in a wheelchair can cross safely also.
Right.
In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach.